John Woodbury. I'm the General Manager for the Napa County Regional Park and Open Space District, these days known as Napa Open Space District.
And I'm Randy Davis, and I was the Parks and Recreation Director for the City of American Canyon from the year 2000 until the middle of 2011. One of the things John and I wanted to mention before we start talking about the trail project specifically are some of the things that occurred that kind of set the stage for this to actually happen.
Well, so the area to the north of here, those wetlands have been converted to evaporator ponds for salt production by Leslie Salt and then by Cargill Salt. And probably 20 years ago, the state got involved with buying those evaporator ponds from Cargill Salt with the intent of restoring wetlands along that area. The result of both what Randy was talking about with the wetlands here by American Canyon plus Cargill buying or selling that land to Fish and Wildlife meant that there's public ownership all along the Napa River from the city of Napa to American Canyon. So when I was first starting working for the county in 2005, day one I was handed a study that someone had done for the county which said, it looks like it's possible to do a public trail along the river if someone wanted to do it, because the public already owns the land. I've been working on that ever since, 20 years later, or 15 years later. I was in the middle of doing a feasibility study, a more detailed study of how this route would work, when Randy Davis just called me up out of the blue one day and said, I've got a grant that Congressman Thompson obtained for the city of American Canyon. Do you have any projects we could do this? So after Randy called me and said, do you have a project? He's got money. I didn't at that point. And I said, yes, I think we have a great project. So the city then took the lead and built the very first section of trail, which comes from this wetland edge parking lot out to the river, basically a single path out and back. While that was being built, I finished the planning for the rest of the trail system that's out here now. It's altogether about 5 miles of trails. After that planning was done, I was able to get a grant from the state to actually construct the trail. And so the section that the Open Space District built came in right after the section that the City of American Canyon built. And we now have about 5 miles of various trails with various loops you can do, and looking at all the different wetlands, as well as the interpretive panels that are out here that explain what's going on, both in terms of the history as well as the current ecology of the area. And then Fish and Wildlife gave us an agreement, granted us the right to use the levee on the interior marshes of the salt ponds. And so that we turned that levee into a paved trail, bicycle paved trail. It goes all the way to Green Island Road. And actually it goes past Green Island Road up into what's called Ponds 9 and 10, north of Green Island Road. That section is not paved, and then it dead ends because we haven't been able to complete the next gap going north to the city of Napa.
You know, residents in the City of American Canyon really were in support of open space and trails. And finally in 2005, then City Manager Mark Joseph decided to ask Council for permission to develop what was called the Open Space Advisory Committee. And the mayor and the council, with their wisdom, approved that. And I just wanted to thank them for their work. And I also have to point out one particular commissioner. His name is Barry Christian. No matter what, Barry was persistent. He kept us thinking about the project, going forward with the project. And I don't know if everything would have occurred at the pace it did without him. And plus, he was very, very knowledgeable.
For me, the Napa River Trail here in American Canyon is probably the best example of cooperation between our Open Space District and any of the jurisdictions that we serve here in Napa County. It was the first big project that I was involved with, and we're still working on it together today. We jointly manage the area. The city does the day-to-day cleaning of the restroom and the picnic area and the basic trail cleaning. We do a lot of the major repair work as well as some of the vegetation management along the trail. So what we have here now is about 5 miles of trails. This is part of a much grander plan, which is part of the San Francisco Bay Trail, which is proposed to eventually circumnavigate the entire Bay Area. It's about 500-mile total distance. Just under 400 miles have been built at this point. From what we have here now in American Canyon, there's efforts going on right now to complete the trail south to the Vallejo Ferry Terminal, as well as north to the city of Napa, and then connecting into the Vine Trail all the way to the city of Calistoga.
And to become a part of this project really meant so much to me because by the time I retired, I really felt like this was the most important thing that I had anything to do with it, at least a small part. And in a sense, it gave me a feeling of having a little legacy, something that I had a part of that will serve the residents for a very, very long time.
I could basically say that this was the first big project I worked on after coming to Napa in 2005, and it continued to be the one that I'm the most proud of, because the number of people that use it every single day is just totally heartwarming.